What up, world? It's Warrior Team back at it again. Welcome to the episode. When most people think of Training Day, they think of Alonzo Harris, the crooked cop, the villain, the man who got what was coming. But what if we've been looking at him wrong? What if Alonzo wasn't the villain of Training Day, but the kind of cop who got the dirtiest jobs done? A man who took down the worst criminals in ways the system couldn't. Today we're breaking down why Alonzo Harris might not have been the bad guy after all, and why he didn't deserve to die. I'm a big fan of Denzel Washington. He's my #1 actor of all time. I love Training Day. It was definitely a different side of Denzel that we've never seen before. And I always thought that Alonzo shouldn't have died in this movie. Yeah, he was a bad cop, but he got shit done. So let's talk about it, and let me know what you think in the comments. Welcome to... From the jump, Alonzo Harris is larger than life. He's aggressive, charming, manipulative, and yes, dirty. But beneath the bravado, he's a highly decorated narcotics officer. He's not chasing jaywalkers or harassing harmless citizens. He's after high-level dealers, killers, and the kind of criminals who don't go down without a fight.
Garbage men handle the garbage. We're professional anglers, okay? We go after the big fish. Chasing them monkey-strong, crackhead motherfuckers anyway. You know they'd have killed you without hesitating.
Alonzo plays dirty because the streets he policed are even dirtier.
I got 38 cases pending trial, 63 in active investigation, another 250 on the log I can't clear. I supervise 5 officers, that's 5 different personalities, 5 sets of problems. You could be number 6 if you act right.
I thought that the character of Alonzo was very interesting from the beginning. The way he got into the car, the way he was at, when he introduced himself to Hoyt at the diner.
Tell me a story. Wait.
Like my story?
No, not your story, a story. Since you can't keep your mouth shut long enough for me to read my paper, tell me a story.
I thought this movie was going to be a different take on police. And it was. He played the character great. And he was doing the things in the movie that would get the high-end crooks or whatever. He wasn't going after the petty fucking criminals. He said, leave that shit to the fucking people that wear the uniforms. They don't wear uniforms. They in regular street clothes looking for the high fucking bust. And that's what he's doing throughout the movie. And I like that part. He was a little dirty, but comes with the territory, I guess. Everybody's fucking dirty. All these fucking politicians are dirty, so why can't the police don't get paid shit anyway, so he was just taking a little for himself. Yes, Alonzo bends the rules. He pressures Jake. He manipulates situations. He plants evidence. But the results, he gets killers, rapists, and major drug dealers off the streets. Where a straight-laced cop might get tied up in red tape, Alonzo cuts through it. His philosophy is simple. You fight wolves with wolves.
You're in a privileged position to learn a thing or two. Keep your mouth shut and your eyes open. You gotta decide whether you're a wolf or a sheep.
Was it reckless? Absolutely. Was it effective? Also yes. So Hoyt wanted to do everything by the rules. Alonzo knows that if you follow the rules, it takes years to put these fucking criminals away.
Roger sold dope to kids. The world is a better place without him. This man was the biggest major violator in Los Angeles. I watched that cocksucker operate with impunity for over 10 years, and now I got it. The shit's chess, it ain't checkers.
And this is in real life too. It takes forever to get these fucking people off the streets because you try to go through all the fucking laws and rules and shit. This nigga was actually putting in work, getting these motherfuckers off the streets, getting them to stop selling drugs to kids and fucking killing fucking neighborhood families and shit like that. So that approach, I completely agreed with.
The good guys, they die first, right? Those school kids and moms, family men, they don't want to catch the stray bullets in the noodle. To protect the sheep, you got to catch the wolf.
Which was one of the reasons why I liked him so much. I didn't think he should have fucking died at the end of the movie. I thought Hoyt was a fucking bitch. I just didn't like that whole aspect. As long as the cops aren't hurting law-abiding citizens, I have nothing against what he was doing. But Hoyt is such a fucking pussy.
You guys are fucking insane. All right, I'll go go back to the valley, I'll cut parking tickets, you know? It can't be like this.
It was just irritating watching the movie, even though I love the movie. Critics say Alonzo was corrupt, that he used the badge for personal gain. And it's true. He mixed survival with law enforcement. He robbed dealers. He cut side deals. He played politics with the streets. But here's the flip side. He wasn't out there arresting petty thieves or harassing regular citizens. His enemies were the kind of men who kill a cop without blinking.
And it takes a wolf to catch a wolf, you understand?
What?
I said you protect the sheep by killing the motherfucking wolves. No, you didn't hear me. You listening, but you didn't hear me.
Yeah, all right, whatever.
Yeah, whatever the fuck ever.
In Alonzo's mind, you had to play dirtier than the criminals to control them. Which is true. Those motherfuckers would kill the cops in a heartbeat. They had Hoyt in a fucking bathtub ready to fucking murder him.
Close the door, it's gonna be loud.
And the only reason why he got away is because he fucking saved the fucking niece.
Thanks for getting my cousins back here. Here, put this on your head. Mess up my floor. You know the shit was just business, right?
Like, give me a fucking break. These criminals don't give a fuck about none of the police. You have to fucking fight fire with fire, and that's what he was doing. Like I said, yes, he took a little off the top. He took a little for his crew. But who's gonna get that money in the first anyway? It's gonna sit in the fucking evidence room for fucking years until the trial comes years later. It's all fucking dumb. The way we police is fucking retarded. I think that his way of policing is effective. It gets the job done.
They build jails because of me. Judges have handed out over 15,000 man-years of incarceration time based on my investigations, okay? My record speaks for itself.
Alonzo's methods worked because criminals feared him. He created a reputation where word on the street was clear. Alonzo was not to be crossed. That fear kept a level of order. Crooks knew he'd bend the law, but they also knew he'd get the results. In a twisted way, he was the kind of cop the system needed. Someone who could reach where courts and paperwood could not. So there was a scene where he was in the courtyard with the criminals. Those motherfuckers were scared of him. They talked mad shit, but in the end, they didn't do shit when he was talking to them. They had the upper hand, and they just let him walk away.
Yeah, that's right. You better walk away. Go on, walk away, because I'm going to burn this motherfucker down. King Kong ain't got shit on me.
So he had the criminals scared of him, which is a good thing. You want these criminals to be scared of you. Otherwise, they would fucking murder you as soon as you walk in the neighborhood. So I get where he was coming from. He was definitely a necessary evil. He did what they had to do to get the criminals to fear him, to get the bigger criminals. He wasn't fucking around with the petty drug dealers and shit like that. He was trying to go for the guys that fucking gave the work to the petty drug dealers. And he did that. So why did he die? By the end, Alonzo had burned too many bridges. He crossed the wrong people, the Russians, and his own crew turned on him. But narratively, his death painted him as a villain who had to be punished. Yet if you really think about it, Alonzo didn't deserve to go out like that. He wasn't perfect, but he was effective. He kept dangerous men off the street. His only real crime was playing the game too well and getting caught in politics bigger than himself. So he shouldn't have got into business with the Russians anyway. And he disrespected them too. And he gambled their money. So those three things don't go together, especially dealing with people not from this country, I guess. But I see why they got him, even though he had the money in the end. It's all about respect, and he didn't respect them.
Heard you had an expensive weekend in Vegas. How did you ever screw up so bad? Nothing. It's nothing. Forget it. I didn't know. It's not my town. I'm not an issue.
The Russians don't care if you have a badge. They'll whack you. You'll have to jet out of here.
Why? It's an easy fix. How? He's cashing an account.
Just like he wanted the respect from the gangbangers and all of them in the neighborhood, he didn't respect the Russians enough to give them their money on time. He was shitting on them. And in that kind of an environment, like the mafia type of thing, respect is big, and they had to fucking punish him for that. Even though I didn't want him to die at the end, even though he had the money at the end, And if you see at the end of the movie, they didn't even take the money. They just fucking killed him. It was never about the money. It was about the respect, and he didn't respect them, just like the respect that he wanted from everybody else. When you look at Alonzo Harris today, you see more than just a villain. You see a man who operated in the gray area of justice. He wasn't a saint, he wasn't a role model, but he was effective in a world where the law alone wasn't enough. In another story, Alonzo might have been seen as an anti-hero, a flawed soldier fighting a dirty war. Instead, he was framed as a final boss Jake had to beat to prove himself. But ask yourself, without Alonzo's methods, how many more criminals would have stayed on the streets? So if you take in Hoyt's way of policing, the dude that they shot in his home, he would have still been on the streets. He would have still been selling drugs to kids. He would have still been making those big ass deals. But instead, if you go through Lonzo's logic, they got that motherfucker off the street. They took a little money off the top for themselves.
$4 million in here. First day on the job, you hit a $3 million seizure.
Wait, he said 4.
Taxation without representation, brother. Nothing's free in this world, you lucky first day motherfucker.
And the streets are a lot safer with him without the drugs being on the streets. I agree with Lonzo's point of view way more than I agree with Hoyt. Hoyt was a fucking puss. Followed all the rules. I don't even know how he got into that crew. You would think that Lonzo would have fucking would have fucking interviewed him for the position, but when they met, he was like they never knew each other. It made no sense how they met. You would think you would want somebody with the same mindset on your team, but they got a goody two shoes that fucked up everything. But in the end, even if Hoyt wasn't there, I think that the Russians would have got him anyway because he was disrespecting the Russians and he didn't give them their money on time. So that sucks. So here's the question. Was Alonzo Harris truly a villain? Or was he just the kind of cop the system needed but could never publicly defend? Drop in the comments. That's gonna do it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching. You could have been on anybody else's channel and you decided to give me a couple minutes of your time, so I appreciate that. It's only 24 hours a day and you gave me a couple minutes. Hope I didn't waste it. Time is very valuable. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. I'll get it to you guys on the next one. You've been watching